Hey there, welcome back. Today we are diving into some fun and expressive idioms, all centered around the word throw. These phrases add so much life to our language and they're super handy in both casual and professional conversations. By the end of this video, you'll know how to use them like a pro. So let's jump right in. The first idiom is throw in the towel. To throw in the towel means to give up or quit, especially when something is too difficult or you feel like you can't succeed. This phrase comes from boxing, where a boxer's coach might literally throw a towel into the ring to signal that the boxer can't continue the fight. So when someone throws in the towel, they're admitting defeat and deciding to stop trying. I've been trying to fix my bike all day, but nothing's working. I think it's time to throw in the towel. After months of negotiations without any progress, the company finally decided to throw in the towel and abandon the merger. The next idiom is to throw one's hat in the ring. And to throw one's hat in the ring means to officially announce that you want to participate in a competition or take on a challenge. It is often used when someone decides to run for a position, like in politics or when they want to be considered for a job or a role. This phrase comes from the idea of someone literally throwing their hat into a boxing ring to show they want to fight. Today, it's used more generally for entering any kind of competition or taking on a challenge. I think I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for class president this year. It'll be fun to run. After much consideration, Mr. Davis decided to throw his hat in the ring for the CEO position. The next idiom is to throw someone under the bus. And to throw someone under the bus means to betray or blame someone else, usually to protect yourself or make yourself look better. It's sacrificing someone else for your own benefit, even if they get hurt in the process. During the group project, Ben threw me under the bus by telling the teacher I didn't do my part, even though we worked on it together. When the project failed, the manager threw his assistant under the bus by saying it was all her responsibility. The next idiom is to throw a wrench in the works. Throw a wrench in the works means to cause problems or delays in a plan or process, making things more difficult or complicated. This phrase refers to an unexpected problem that stops everything from running smoothly, just like how throwing a wrench into a machine would make it stop working properly. We were all set for the road trip, but when the car broke down, it really threw a wrench in the works. The new regulations threw a wrench in the works, delaying the company's plan for expansion. The next idiom is to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And to throw the baby out with the bathwater means to get rid of something good while trying to remove something bad. In other words, it's when you overreact or go too far in trying to fix a problem and you end up losing something valuable or more important in the process. Imagine you're cleaning up a mess, but in your rush to get rid of the bad stuff, you accidentally throw away something important along with it. That's what this idiom is warning against. I know the software has some bugs, but don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. We can fix the problems without starting over from scratch. So here the person's saying not to completely get rid of the software just because it has some issues. Instead, they suggest fixing the problems without losing the good parts. While revising the company's policies, let's ensure we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater by eliminating useful procedures along with the outdated ones. Now, personally, I've always found this idiom a little funny. I mean, who would throw out a baby? The next idiom is to throw your weight around. To throw your weight around means to use your power, authority, or influence in an aggressive or a bossy way to make others do what you want. It's usually used to describe someone who acts like they're in charge and forces their decisions or opinions on others, often in an unpleasant or a pushy way. Ever since Tom became the team captain, he's been throwing his weight around, telling everyone what to do. The manager is known for throwing his weight around during meetings, often making decisions without consulting the team. The next idiom is to throw money at something. And to throw money at something means to try to solve a problem by spending a lot of money on it without fully addressing the underlying issue. You can't just throw money at this problem and expect it to go away. The next idiom is to throw a fit. To throw a fit is to become very angry or upset, often over something minor. It's being dramatic or having a tantrum or reacting emotionally when something doesn't go your way. For example, my little sister threw a fit when mom told her she couldn't have ice cream before dinner. When the client saw that the project wasn't completed on time, they threw a fit, demanding immediate action. The next idiom is to throw light on something. To throw light on something means to explain or clarify something that is unclear or confusing. It's like shining a light on a dark area to help people see things more clearly. When you throw light on something, you're making the situation or information easier to understand. Can you throw some light on why the project was delayed? The investigation threw light on the company's corrupt practices. The next idiom is to throw down the gauntlet. To throw down the gauntlet means to issue a challenge or dare someone to prove themselves, often in a competitive or confrontational way. The phrase comes from medieval times when knights would throw down a glove, also called a gauntlet, to challenge another knight to a duel. So when someone throws down the gauntlet, they're openly challenging someone else, often to test their skills, strengths, or resolve. After months of arguing about who's the best gamer, Jake finally threw down the gauntlet and challenged me to a one-on-one match. The CEO threw down the gauntlet by setting ambitious sales targets, challenging the entire team to outperform last quarter's results. The next idiom is to throw cold water on something. To throw cold water on something means to criticize, discourage, or ruin the enthusiasm for an idea, plan, or situation. It's making people less excited or less optimistic about something by pointing out the problems or negatives. I told my friend about my big vacation plans, but she threw cold water on them by saying I couldn't afford it. The analyst threw cold water on the company's expansion plans, highlighting potential financial risks that could slow progress. The next idiom is to throw a curveball. To throw a curveball means to surprise someone with something unexpected, especially something challenging or difficult to deal with. The market threw us a curveball, and now we have to rethink our strategy. I was ready for my final exam, but the professor really threw a curveball by adding questions that weren't even in the study guide. The next idiom is to throw someone a bone. To throw someone a bone means to give someone a small reward or a favor, often to keep them happy or to show some appreciation. It's usually something small or not very significant, but it's meant to make the person feel recognized or valued, even if it's not a big deal. Think of it like giving a dog a bone. It might not be a full meal, but it's something to make the dog happy for a little while. In a similar way, When you throw someone a bone, you're offering them a little something to keep them satisfied. I've been helping my brother with his homework all week. He could at least throw me a bone and buy me a coffee. The company decided to throw the employees a bone by offering an extra day off after the busy season. The next idiom is to throw someone off balance. To throw someone off balance means to confuse or surprise someone in a way that makes them unsure of what to do or say next. It's when something unexpected happens and it catches you off guard. You're left feeling unsteady, not knowing how to respond. When my friend asked me a random question in the middle of my presentation, it totally threw me off balance. The sudden changes in the company's policies threw many employees off balance as they were unprepared for the new rules. The next idiom is to throw oneself into something. And to throw oneself into something means to put a lot of effort, energy, and enthusiasm into an activity or a task. It's giving it your all, being fully involved, or dedicating yourself to something completely. After getting a new guitar, Sarah threw herself into learning how to play. She practiced every day for hours. Once the team received the new project, they threw themselves into completing it before the deadline. The next idiom is to throw caution to the wind. To throw caution to the wind means to stop worrying about risks or consequences and just go ahead and do something, often in a bold or reckless way. Imagine being cautious is like holding on to something tight to stay safe. And when you throw caution to the wind, you're letting go of that safety and doing something without worrying too much about what might happen. Even though it was raining, we threw caution to the wind and went to the beach anyway. The investors decided to throw caution to the wind and fund the risky startup, hoping for a big payoff in the future. So that's it for today. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.